Hi guys, I am Akhilesh and I am going to continue the previous video on an electric fence for unmanned military bases controlled terrains using IoT, and I'm going to go forward in this one. I'll tell you about the the basic model and the circuit diagram, and what are all the hardware and the software things we are going to use to do this. And just a basic recap about what has been done in the previous presentation, like introduction and the objectives. Then we get into the model diagram, and thereby we concluded just give a basic layout of the project. And this is the outline of this presentation. This is the manner in which we go on the requirements and the hardware components, all the things. This is a recap of the previous one. The introduction, like why are we supposed to protect an area and what are the essential things to protect an area, and is it really necessary to protect an area. And the importance of an application is that we can decrease the rate of the intruders or the rate of stealing the important matter from a private area, and least number of man source can be used to protect an area. It's like the number of man to be used will be reduced, and thereby it helps us, like those people can be used in some other purpose rather than doing this just sitting in a place and seeing whether someone comes or not. So whenever you're having an alarm system like that, you probably get a message or any alert message like whenever the system is broken. So it's really good to have such kind of system, and this can be done in large bases and even in an economical way. And this is the problem which we are going to deal with. To develop a security system and a method that protects the private or prohibited regions. Also, we are well known about this, and this has been already told in the previous presentation also. And there are some basic fencings behind that, and these are electric fences. Such kind of fencing, when it is done, and a sensor connection is also given to that. So whenever a sensor connection is broken, you can get the power source over there, and it's like it protects the area, the whole area, and you also get an alert message so that you can take care by going there manually, and you can catch the intruders or the one who is going to take a wrong step over your private area. And these are the objectives which are already seen in the previous video. To know the importance of these zones, which we already know, and to make a clear layout which is going to be done in this particular presentation, to implement the plan and prepare a fencing which will be shown or represented to you in the upcoming presentations, to make the system produce an alert message that too will be shown. And this is the basic model diagram of how we are going to deal with this particular thing. It's an intrusion or a detection unit. You can see there on the screen, like you have open hardware microcontroller which we use Arduino UNO in my system, and a GSM modem because we need to get a message. I take GSM modem, and a power unit because we are taking an electrical fence. Probably we need to have a power unit, and even for this Arduino and the GSM module we need to have a power unit. So a basic power unit which is having very low voltage will be used because we are just doing a mini project or just a sample layout of this particular issue. And an antenna like GSM module will have an antenna like a GSM modem is like it will have a SIM with register numbers. So whenever the alarm is broken, or Arduino is coded in such a way that whenever the sensor is broken, an alarm will be rung and alert message will be sent to the mobile. So in that particular code, whenever the sensor is broken, the GSM model will be responsible to send the messages to the numbers which are registered in that. So GSM modem, we have a particular SIM and the numbers registered in that to which a message should be sent, and antenna is used to send the message or to contact with the network available, relatively strong network available, and do get a message. And this is the user and over control panel, like we can manually control the power unit or the microcontroller code or the range of the sensors. Everything can be manually controlled using this control unit. And here is the mobile phone through which prescribed or an authorized message will come that something has intruded or interrupted the security system that we have done. And list of the hardware components are the power source, like a basic power source is needed, GSM module for sending a message, Arduino board, Arduino UNO is used, and the version will be said next, like Arduino board for joining the circuits and doing it. It basically acts as microprocessor, and the jumper wires for connecting the things, the SIM which is to be kept in the GSM module so that you get a messages, and sensors which are the basic and the primary thing that protects the system. Like it is the main thing. It is whenever it's broken only you get something, right? So sensor is a basic thing what we use in the USB cables to connect the things. And this is the first hardware component, or Arduino UNO, and it's a basic Arduino which is a worth of 500, and it has the specifications are given over there. It has a 14 digital input or output and a 6 analog input, 16 megahertz ceramic resonator, and a USB connection. So we use the USB wires. Using this we connect it to the GSM module or any other thing. And this is a basic description that it's a microcontroller which take care, like when it's coded, it takes care of a particular zone or any area, any coded thing. It acts basically like a microcomputer. Like it controls every particular unit which is assigned to that. And software is what we use Arduino, like we code the Arduino itself, and the 80 mega 328p processor which was released on 24/9/2010. Like this is what the Arduino board we use for coding as well, software as well as the hardware purpose. It is used as a hardware purpose whenever it's connected to the GSM module, and it is used as a software purpose because we code it in a way that whenever a sensor is broken, it really means to get a message to the GSM module. And this thing we really do that by connecting, like basically we have TX pin and a RX pin, and this is done like connecting the RX pin of the Arduino to the TX pin of the GSM module, and the TX pin of the Arduino to the RX pin of the GSM module. This thing we will take, we'll get a clear picture about this when we go into a circuit diagram, or it's like when you go into a model representation model. And I conclude this because I just wanted to give a basic layout of how are we going to design the circuit, or how are we going to make this application in a real life system. I just wanted to show you the model diagram through this presentation, and I conclude this presentation over here. And these are the references which I went through. Thank you.